Check out Paddy's new VIPP Club. Get a £10 free bet every week when you place 5 bets of £10 or more. Max £10 bonus per person per week. Excludes shops. Selected odds. Conditions and exclusions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Welcome to the Racing Post football postcast. We're looking at the playoffs this weekend, Sunday, and of course that big one on Monday. We'll start with Sunday, Blackpool versus Exeter in the League 2 playoff final. Give us some prices, Ed Quigley from Paddy Power.
Yeah, so Blackpool are 9-5, the draw is 23-10, and Exeter are 6-4, and Blackpool to get promoted then are even money, and Exeter are 5-6.
Very competitive, Ed. How do you see it?
Yeah, so like it looks like it's almost going to be like a home game for Exeter in a way. Like, I mean, Exeter have sold 20,000 tickets. Blackpool have only sold 4,000 because they're still boycotting Carl Oyston, the owner there, and apparently they're not selling tickets at all for the most part. Look, we saw like the way I'd probably play it is it's a very 50-50 game. Like, I looked into their kind of historical SP or their prices they've been going off, and Exeter are marginally rated better than Blackpool. But having said that, Blackpool are undefeated against Exeter in the 2 games they played this season. We saw goals galore in the playoff semi-finals. They were by far the most entertaining of all the playoff semi-finals in all the divisions. So I go with a tentative bet at 4-5 on over 2.5 goals. That there'll be plenty of goals in the game, and it being a bigger pitch than they're used to, that might help too.
Interesting. Dan, for you, see it as a home fixture? It'd be an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, that'll help. I mean, I quite strongly fancy Exeter here, actually. I know they were very, very close together in the league,
7th
positions.
versus 5th,
yeah. I just think both teams actually finished the season well as well. I mean, Exeter were right near towards the, I think, bottom of the table at one stage in the autumn, and Blackpool come on strong towards the end of the season as well. I just think for a number of reasons here, really. I mean, Exeter's they're a very good footballing side. They're going to enjoy I would think the wide open spaces at Wembley, score a lot of goals. Got 3 players that are into double figures this season. Ollie Watkins on 13, who's been looked at by a lot of bigger clubs higher up the ladder. Ruben Reid with 13 goals. David Wheeler, a wide player with 17 goals as well. So there's a lot of talent in that Exeter side, and I just thought I was watching the highlights of the semi-finals. I was more impressed with their wins over with them coming through against Carlisle than Blackpool's against Luton. Luton, I thought, defended. There was some poor defending in both legs of that Blackpool tie. They just seemed to get nervous after they got in front in the second leg. In the first leg as well, defended very poorly. Luton.
Some late drama in that one as well.
Yeah, that's right. And I just think Exeter are the more accomplished of the two sides, and I would take them at 6-4 with the benefit of that extra support as well in the stadium to win inside and all time.
Yeah, Mark, not a million miles away from a pick'em in the 90 minutes here. How do you see it?
Yeah, I mean, I tipped Exeter before the start of the semi-finals in the Racing Post. It was mainly because I thought they had the easiest semi-final against Carlisle. They really did have the plum draw there. I think the price is probably about right now. I was agree with Ed, actually. I thought the over 2.5 was the way that I'd be looking to play this one, because Exeter are blessed going forward. Dan's already mentioned some of the names there, but you've also got Harley and Grant as well on the wing that caused Carlisle many problems. I mean, they absolutely destroyed them as a footballing team, and I do think the bigger pitch at Wembley will play into
I do
Exeter's
like that
hands.
angle.
Yeah,
the big pitch at Wembley.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely suits footballing sides, but I'm just not sure about them. If you have a look at
Unlike
Exeter,
Tottenham, obviously.
yeah. I mean, if you have a look at 14 goals in their last 5 for Exeter, but I'm just going to ignore that snide comment there. And then defensively, though, if you're conceding 2s and 3s to Carlisle, that would worry me as an Exeter backer. And Blackpool have got goals in them as well. So we saw the League One playoff final was a very cagey, tight, dull affair that was sort of separated only really at the death. I think this could be more gung-ho. You often get these playoff finals either fall into one of the two categories, and an early goal here can really light the touch paper. I'm going for goals.
And is it a short price, both teams to score in this game?
Both teams to score in this is 8-13. Yeah, it's short enough. Yeah,
solid enough. Right, let's move on to Monday, 3 p.m. kickoff. Who'll end up in the promised land, I suppose, gents. It's the Championship playoff final. Huddersfield playing Reading. Have you got some prices for us there, please, Ed?
Yeah, so Huddersfield 13-10, the draw is 21-10, and Reading are 9-4, and then Huddersfield to get promoted are 8-13, and Reading are 6-5.
And how can we make money out of this game, Ed?
Yeah, so like Reading have really defied the odds to be even in this position. Like I saw on Racing Post there recently that I think Reading are one of the most profitable teams to back this season. It would make sense considering Asia kind of wouldn't really rate them, and they're constantly going off what one would view on the face of it as big odds, and they've obviously been obliging as well. Look, I really hope Huddersfield go up myself because I'm on them at 9-2 to get promoted. But look, like if I was to have a bet on this game and I hadn't had a bet already, I'd probably back Reading draw no bet at 5-4. I just think it's probably going to be a very tight game. And look, you're getting odds against on Reading, and they've got a massive chance of going up to the promised land, as you call it, Dave. There, I'd probably go with Reading draw no bet. I think myself at 5-4 based on the match odds here.
Yeah, maybe a cagey one, as you say, Dan. A hell of a lot on the line here. Do you agree?
Yeah, I'd struggle to split these two, so just simply for that reason, I would go with Reading at odds against to go up. They did finish 4 points
just
above.
To qualify, yeah, not in the 90 minutes.
Yeah, just to qualify. I think it'll be a very tight game. I mean, there's only the two league games. There was Reading won 1-0 at home to Huddersfield. They lost 1-0 at Huddersfield. Very, very tight games. They did get 4 more points over 46 games in the league as well than Huddersfield. And although they're not the greatest eye-catching team, Reading, they do seem to focus on these big games. I mean, you look at the 2 matches against Fulham. They played a portion of the first leg at Fulham with 10 men as well. You know, come out of that with a draw, and only conceded 1 goal over the 2 legs against the Fulham side that's been scoring goals for fun. Was the joint alongside Newcastle and Norwich, got 85 goals for them as the leading scorers in the division. So I think if Reading can come through that over 2 legs, then why shouldn't they succeed against Huddersfield? Huddersfield are really impressed with the way they play. I fancied them actually to come through the tie against Sheffield Wednesday. I think we were in danger of getting a bit overrated, but they play lovely football, Huddersfield, but they lack match winners, I would say, up front. They lack a real quality, a top goal scorer up front. I mean, Reading have got Kermorgant, who bangs in a lot of their goals. Huddersfield, you'd struggle to pick an individual who's their go-to man up front. And at the back, sometimes they can make an error as well defensively. So, no, I'd be Reading at odds against.
Just quickly, what price is no goal scorer in this game?
So just 2 seconds. It's 13-2.
13-2 could be worth a few quid. Mark, how do you see it?
Yeah, I disagree with Dan. I think Huddersfield are going up, so I'm not going to help the listeners too much here. I mean, Reading, it's incredible, really, how they've managed to get where they are. Their shot ratio to share of match shots is the 3rd worst in the whole of the Championship. Only Rotherham and Barnsley have conceded more shots on target. Al-Abzi, the goalkeeper, I thought he was outstanding against
So you're
Fulham.
saying that Reading allow teams to have a lot of shots on goal?
Yeah, and it's not. I don't think that's through skill. I think it's through just luck that they've managed to go this far. And obviously the Asian syndicates agree. I mean, you know, Reading were going off 11-10 at home to Wigan, even though there could well be 2 divisions between the 2 teams next season. Obviously now they only need 1 game, so what's gone before doesn't really matter. But I mean, I still not convinced about their philosophy, really. You know, this possession base doesn't really go anywhere. I think Huddersfield will go after the ball, actually, and could catch them out. You know, that they try and pass it around the back quite a lot. I think that will give Huddersfield encouragement. Huddersfield are a team I like when they've had a bit of a rest. They've had the rest now, you know, a full week to prepare. Yes, they finished behind Reading in the playoffs, but they in the regular season. But they did give up the ghost once they knew that automatic promotion was out of the way. I thought they were quite a bit better than Reading, really, over, say, the whole 46-match season, despite what happened in the eventual league table. League table doesn't always...
They got off to a flyer, didn't they, Huddersfield?
They did, yeah. I mean, they caught teams on the hop a little bit, you know, playing the way that they did. I felt that the 46-match season caught up with them at various stages, really. It's hard to play at that pace for a whole season. I mean, we've seen Liverpool, and Wagner and Klopp are good mates. We've seen Liverpool struggle to do that, and so Huddersfield with worse players and, you know, having to play more matches, you know, it does take its toll. But I like them to be promoted. I thought that they held their nerve pretty well in the shootout as well, and Reading have missed a lot of penalties this season. If it comes down to a shootout, I'd prefer Huddersfield on that sort of front as well, and it could be that tight. I just think that Huddersfield are the better team, and I'll be backing them to go up.
Well, I wasn't sure going into this little chat, and I'm even more confused.
Sorry,
Now there's no goal scorer, and then all of a sudden Huddersfield are going to have a million shots. So hopefully one of the guys will be right and guided you.
Well, one of us will be
right.
Yeah, well, of course, yeah. And what was your thoughts again, Ed? Just quickly, we'll give you the deciding vote.
Well, I hope Huddersfield actually go up, but I think at the prices I'd go, if I hadn't had a bet previously on promotion or anything like that, I'd go with Reading myself.
So you don't know either, Ed, basically.
Reading draw no better 5-4.
Best of luck with that bet on Huddersfield anyway. Thank you guys for your time. Tune in to next week's football postcast. We're looking at the Champions League final. Always don't forget to rate and subscribe to this postcast on iTunes.
Check out Paddy Power's new and exclusive Cash Card Plus, available to use online, at ATMs, or even down the local. Paddy Power, you beauty!